الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله أما بعد. رجع بخفي حنين. رجع بخفي حنين. This method is used for somebody who returns empty-handed. They were expecting something, but then they came back empty-handed and didn't gain anything. رجع is returning. He returned. بخفي. بخفي. خفان is two khuf. Al-khuf is a sock specifically made of leather or animal skin. And a sock which is not made out of animal skin, it's called jawrab. So khuf is specifically in fiqh, it's referring to something which is like a shoe almost, and it's made of leather. Khuffan, the plural or the double, is shortened when there's idafa to khuffay. So khuffani becomes khuffa, and because it's majroor with the ba, bi khuffay, Hunayn. So the two khuf which belong to Hunayn. Hunayn is not the Hunayn which is mentioned in the Quran, the battle of Hunayn, wa yawma Hunayn, but rather here it's the name of a person. And the story behind this will help us a little bit to understand this saying of somebody returning empty-handed. Hunayn was iskaf. Iskafi means that somebody who is a shoemaker, and it could also just be used to mean anybody who makes something. So Hunayn, a man came to him from al-A'rab, from the people of the desert, and that A'rabi wanted to buy some khuf from Hunayn. And he kept negotiating and negotiating until he got sick of him, and in the end he didn't buy anything. So the A'rabi, he was leaving without buying anything, and he just gave Hunayn a really hard time. So Hunayn decided to get back at him. So what he did was he went on the path that led out of town, and he threw one of the khuf, one of the two socks, onto the path. And then he went forward a little bit more. So the A'rabi, he saw one of the socks and he said, that's just like the one I was going to buy. And if there was the other one with it, I would have stopped and picked it up. So then he continued further down the path, and Hunayn threw another one of the socks down, further down. So he saw the second sock. So he said, now I know where the first one is. Let me stop and pick up this one, and then I'll go back and get the first one. So he picked up one of the khuf, and then he tied his camel and he walked back to find the first one that was a little bit back on the path. So while he did so, Hunayn, the shoemaker, he came and he stole the A'rabi's camel and all of his belongings and took it. And so the A'rabi came and he found that everything he had was missing. So he went back to his people and they said, what did you come back with? They thought that he was going to go and maybe do some business in the city and then come back to where the A'rab stay in the deserts. So they said, what did you come back with? He said, رَجَعْتُ بِخُفَّيْ حُنَيْن. He said, all I came back with is the two socks of Hunayn, meaning, but he lost everything else. He lost his camel and all of his other belongings. وَجَزَاكُمُ اللَّهُ خَيْرًا وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ.